Good morning, Lieutenant Commanders. Commander Tom Mitchell here in the center chair, and we're going to jump right into our next mission, episode called Spin the Wheel. Hail Starfleet. Franklin Drake. I need your assistance with a rather delicate situation. We have an intelligence operative undercover at Drosna Station. Her astute observations have given us the edge in several critical engagements in the neutral zone. 22 hours ago, this operative activated an emergency subspace beacon. Zamara would only contact me in this manner if she was about to be discovered by the enemy or her life was in danger. I am understandably concerned. I need you to go to Drosnia, find Zamara, and assist her. Take her to safety if you have to, but don't blow her cover. If you go in there weapons blazing, you might get her killed. I've accessed your logs. It's been quite some time since you've had some shore leave. I suggest you visit Drosnia for some downtime. Go to Drosnia Station, which is located in the Beta Quadrant, and respond to a request for assistance from an undercover intelligence operative. And we will get prototype assault rifles, singularity core, and a warp core. Probably go with the warp core. Okay, we'll accept. First thing though, I think we should give a round of promotions to our bridge crew. Lisa Flores. She's still a cadet. Let's promote her to the rank of lieutenant. Card. Let's promote him to the rank of lieutenant. Chevelle. Let's promote her to the rank of lieutenant, and Zarva. Let's promote her to the rank of lieutenant. Okay. Now this looks good for my bridge crew. Drosna Station. Drosna Station is an old Federation deep space station located in the midst of the Federation Klingon neutral zone. Over a century of warfare has taken its toll on the station, which has changed hands many times. It is currently a dilapidated trading hub managed by Ferengi. Welcome to Drosnia, USS Connector. You are cleared for docking. We have everything you need for shore leave and a few things you don't even know you wanted. Shopping, drinking, dining, entertainment, you'll find it all here. And don't forget the 77th rule of acquisition. If you break it, I'll charge you for it. Not sure where we should start, but intelligence shows that Milan is the Ferengi to talk to if you're looking for information. He's a bartender, so we should look for him in the lounge area. As you can see, this is a social hub, and the bank access is here, mail,
Buy another drink. Maybe it'll bring you good luck.
the exchange is here. Up here you'll find a whole bunch of Ferengi merchants selling just about anything. There's a tailor here. Everything you need is here. Well, having server issues already. Bouncing. Frickin' server. It's bouncing, it's rubber banding me all around. Welcome to Drosny Station. We love our customers and their latinum. Is there something wrong with the lighting controls? You know how it is, old station, old wiring. This place still runs on a duotronic core from the 23rd century. But I haven't seen anything odd. Maybe it's the Comet cocktails. You should be careful with those. Apollo, they're not synthale. Welcome to Drosny Station, the home of the finest libations and pleasures this side of Rick's. Care to hear about today's specials? Yeah, tell me about your specials. You've arrived at the right time. It's almost the day of the comet. Griffin's comet is going to pass close enough to the station to frost the viewports. And this is the only place in the sector where you can celebrate in style. We've got comet cocktails and keepsake glasses, comet trail mix, comet ice cream cores in 47 flavors. So relax, enjoy the games, have a drink, and pick up some souvenirs for your crew. You'll probably want to send a few trinkets back home to let the folks know that you were at Drosny Station when the comet arrived. Tell me more about this comet. A crew from a Vulcan science vessel visited here a week ago, and they told me that Griffin's comet has a wide elliptical orbit. The last time it was in the area was in 2262, and it won't be back again until 2556. And by then I'm sure that this crazy war will be over and the Drosny Station will be the premier space entertainment venue in the entire galaxy. It looks like your standard ball of ice and rock to me, but the science geeks are all excited about it. They say it's giving off triolic energy and that it has a high variance of chronoton particles, whatever that means. Me, I see opportunity. Starting now, Days of the Comet. Join in all the fun and for just a few credits. There's no better place to get a good deal and a good time than Drosny Station. Tell me about the station. We've got everything a brave Starfleet officer like yourself could want. There is access to shopping, subspace message stations, a few quality vendors, drinks, dancing, and dabble. That Lita hologram is really something. Makes me want to get a handful of her pixels, if you know what I mean. Ha! My partners and I took this place over a few months ago. It was an abandoned piece of space junk then. But with some hard work and careful financial planning, we will make it a pleasure destination to rival Risa or Caspera Prime. Abandoned? Who built the station? Humans, I think. But history has never been my thing. The present is where the Latinum is. I know the station was built in the mid-23rd century and served as a trading post and supply station for colony ships and military vessels. Then the House of Duras owned it for a while, but they gave it up in the 2370s. It was still empty until my partners and I arrived. Do you know that we had to spend 3 weeks scrubbing blood wine stains off all the decks? Between that, the globfly infestation, and boils in the computer circuitry, it's a wonder that we ever opened our doors for business. I'm looking for someone. Aren't we all? Me, I want a leggy Vulcan with a liberal attitude towards interspecies relations. Are you looking for someone in particular, or just some company? Her name is Zamara. Do you know her? Oh yeah, I know Zamara. Maybe she's been here recently, and maybe she hasn't. My memory is kind of hazy. Perhaps we could come to some sort of arrangement. Yes, I'm sure we can. In fact, I feel my memory clearing up already. I'll tell you what, I know you Starfleet types aren't big on Latinum, but what you do have are skills and a willingness to get your hands dirty. That's what I need right now. Our replicators are on the fritz. Maybe it's the whole power system, because the lights are going wonky too. But a little blue mood lighting isn't as big a problem for me as an unfilled drink orders. Go to the cargo bay and get my replicators working. By the time you're done, I'm sure I'll have remembered where I last saw Zamira. Go to cargo bay and scan the station's replicator. Run diagnostic on replicators. Action unavailable. Replicators are offline due to diminished function of electroplasma distribution network. Run diagnostic on electroplasma distribution network. 30% drop in power reported on Deck 1. Replicators are offline until power fluctuations are repaired. What is the loss? What is the cause of the loss of power on Deck 1? Unknown. What must be done to restore power to Deck 1? Power must be rerouted through systems to relieve strain on EPS conduits. The following systems are available for this process: holosuite, gravity controls, replicators, environmental controls, defense grid. 6 connections are required to stabilize the power grid. Hail engineering team. Contacting the connector. Captain, the biggest problem you're going to have repairing anything on that station is the age of the systems and the general lack of maintenance. Drosny was built in the mid-23rd century, and many of the systems on the station haven't had a major update in more than a century. So you're dealing with an EPS system that just can't handle the strain of running modern equipment like replicators. I did some digging in our database, and I found a log made by a Starfleet Corps of Engineer officer who visited the station in the early 24th century and made repairs to the EPS system. The log says that you need to regulate the power flow by running it through various subsystems. It's almost like you're using those systems as ancient circuit breakers. What do you suggest? First thing you should try to do is scan some of the damaged systems and power couplings in the cargo bay. You should learn more about how to properly realign the relays. Scan power connection network. When you find a snarl of wires and cables that look like they've been chewed on by voles, you realize that not every system may need to be used to make a successful reroute. Some systems may need more than one connection. Reroute power to replicators. Scan replicator power relays. The Ferengi operating Dresden Station have made replicator functions their top priority. The replicators are now tied into every available system, including life support. Start with a connection to the replicators or the power connection will fail. Reroute power to environmental controls. Scan environmental control power relays. Belen found a way to keep the station's ancient bar coolers working by connecting the cooling systems to the replicators. Unless that connection is maintained, all the refrigeration units will go offline. Replicators must have a connection to environmental controls. Scan damaged power coupling. There is a shunt that is slowly diverting energy from the station's power cord to hollow emitters installed in some of the lower levels of the station. You will need to compensate for that energy drain to restore replicator function. The connection must end with the system to which you are attempting to restore power. The Klingons who ran the station in the early 24th century made significant improvements to the station's shield and added turret weapons. While it made the station more defensible, it also increased the amount of energy needed to keep the station's defense grid operational. The fourth connection must be to the defense grid. Failed. Power already rerouted to defense grid. Conduit failure. Power status reset. So I'm going to start all over again. I remember this is a pain in the ass. Looks like someone used an outdated power coupling to connect the gravity control to the main power feed. It must have been an emergency fix, but it's been here so long the coupling is fused and cannot be removed. Gravity control can connect to environmental control in the defense grid, but not replicators. Reroute power to gravity control. Successful. station's replicators are now online. Alright. Oh, it wasn't too painful. Welcome to Drosnin Station, home of the finest libations and pleasures this side of Rick's. Care to hear about today's specials? Try the Comet Cocktail, it's out of this world. Your replicators are working. And, what's wrong with the lights? How should I know? I'm a bartender, not an engineer. The lights started going crazy a few days ago, which was a terrible thing. We're getting more business than normal because of the comet, and the last thing I need is a critical systems failure. The 193rd rule of acquisition says that trouble comes in threes. The lights, the replicators, what's next? Have you seen anything strange around here? It's nothing, old station, bad lighting. Maybe your eyes are playing tricks on you. How long has it been since you had a physical? But it's probably nothing. No, I'm sure it's nothing. Don't worry about them. Okay, your replicators are working. They are, and I'm exceedingly pleased by your generous offer to repair them for no compensation. I can't let you go away empty-handed, though. I'm about to give you 15% discount on drinks and souvenirs for an amount of time to be determined by management. We had a deal, the replicators for information about Zamara. Fine. A deal's a deal, right? Never let it be said that I'll cheat a valued customer like yourself. Personally, I don't know why you're so interested in her. She's a looker, but just try talking to her. She's more paranoid than an Obsidian Order agent in a room full of Tal Shiar. Zamara usually hangs out near the Dabo tables. Keep an eye out for a looker wearing purple. You can't miss her.
Round and round it goes.
Be careful, they're watching. They who? Shh, keep your voice down. I'm being watched. I've seen too many familiar faces in the crowd, and there are shadows, watchers in the dark. I see them out of the corner of my eye when they think I'm not looking, but I'm always looking. When the lights change, there they are. I was sent to help you. You weren't sent to help me, you were sent to watch me. Drake needs me to keep feeding information to Starfleet intelligence. The Klingons come here and they drink and they talk. It's amazing the bits of information you can pick up around a Dabo table. Everything, even the smallest detail, is important. Captain Gerard was in here last week. He ordered blood wine, an entire bottle of the 2309 vintage to be exact. That business with the House of Torg must have upset him more than we knew. When Jared's happy, he drinks Warnog. Tell me more about what happened with the House of Torg. Torg was on the High Council until he made a play to destroy the House of Martak. He was partially successful. Miven, son of Drex, is dead. The house has no heir unless Drex takes a new mate and fathers a new one. But Martak's widow is wise. Her son Drex was off fighting in the war, so Lady Cyrilla called in KDF officers to defend her house. They exposed Torg's treachery and Jimpock was forced to discommodate him. As to why that would make Gerard unhappy, Torg raised Gerard after his mother died. Now he is an outcast and his house has fallen. Gerard cannot speak to him without losing his honor. What can I do to help you?
Your lucky spin.
Find out who's watching me. I'm not safe here. The Klingons are looking for me. They know someone has been feeding intelligence to Starfleet. The ghosts are always watching. Their eyes are hungry. Yesterday they surrounded a drunken Klingon. Now he's dead. They will find me when the blue light shines, and then I'll disappear. I know what the ghosts are. How could you know that? You may think you know. You may even have readings in your tricorders that you think you're right. But you don't know. How could you know? I'm here every day. They watch me and I watch them.
Don't worry.
I can take you someplace safe. No, they're everywhere. They're watching. You've been here too long. Someone will notice that we're together. Go do something else. Play Dabo. I'll contact you when I'm ready, when it's safe.
You're a winner.
Can't you see I'm busy losing all my latinum? Sorry, my mistake.
Spin the wheel and win.
Okay, you can do the Dabo tutorial. Find out where you can play Dabo and all the social hubs around the galaxy. Tell them, it'll tell you exactly how to play Dabo, which is, we'll go here. Tell me about yourself, Lita.
Sure thing. I'm Lita, the First Lady of the Ferengi Alliance, but I used to live on Deep Space Nine and run these tables. After the Dominion War ended, I left DS9 with Rom to live on Ferenginar. He's Grand Nagus, you know, and I'm so proud of him. But my old boss Quark was losing profit, so he talked me into posing for this hologram. I'm still not sure it was a good idea, but Quark is family. I had to help him out. And if the players are happy with a hologram, well, who am I to judge? Spin the wheel and win. Round and round it goes. Place your bet and keep your eye on the wheel. You start by setting the amount of your bet in energy credits or gold-pressed latinum. Then, select the slot you want to bet on. You can bet on up to 3 slots at a time and bet up to 100 energy credits or gold-pressed latinum per slot. Click the Place Bets button when you're satisfied with your bets, and that's it. If you win, you'll be paid for the results of each slot, and that can add up fast. Buy another drink. Maybe spin the wheel and win. There are Dabo tables at Drozana Station and Quark's Bar, Grill, Gaming House, Embassy, and Holosuite Arcade on Deep Space Nine. Spin the wheel and win. Our wheels are made on Ferenginar and fully certified by the Ferengi Gaming Commission, so you know your bet is safe and the table is fair. Bet safely and bet often. Spin the wheel and win. Our wheels are made on Ferenginar and fully certified by Spin the wheel and win. Each icon on the wheel has 3 values: color, number, and shape. The colors are red, green, and blue. There is no color on the inner ring. The numbers are 1, 2, and 3, and the shapes are squares, circles, and triangles. The more matches you make, the more you win. See? This is easy. That's why so many people love to play Dabo. Spin the wheel and win. Yes, the swirls are wild, which means that they count as any color, shape, or number. Wild icons count for Dabos, and a Dabo made up of all wild icons is the second highest payout in the game. The yellow shapes are quarks. You'll get extra high payouts with quarks, and a quark Dabo is the biggest win you can get. The gray shapes are DS9s. They have a high payout too, and a DS9 Dabo will fill your pockets with latinum. Black holes are purple. They're null spots. Too many of them and you won't win at all. Spin the wheel and win. All bets are paid out in gold-pressed latinum. There's a full listing of the payout schedule on the info button. There are vendors on Drozana Station and DS9 that have special items that can only be purchased with latinum. Oh, and remember, if you don't play, you can't win. Spin the wheel and win. Dabo! If you match all the colors, numbers, and shapes in a single slot, you win a Dabo. That's when all the latinum will start adding up. You'll be able to buy your own moon in no time. Spin the wheel and win.
So, do you come here often?
Of course you can. Everyone bets on the same wheel. Your bets are represented by red lights, and the other players have yellow lights. You can hover your cursor over those lights to see who's playing and how much they're betting. The highest winner is reported each round to the entire table, and if you click the last 5 games button, you can see your history of play. Spin the wheel and win! Dabo with Lita is a fully licensed product of Quark Enterprises. All rights reserved. Spin the wheel and win!
Watch the wheel, not the girl.
You're a winner!
So, do you come here often?
Dabo!
Was that a... close enough? I couldn't wait for you to get that lucky. We would have been here all night. Zamira wants me to give you a message. She wants you to know that if you're interested in finding out what's going on here at Drosnia Station, you need to check out the lower levels. I have an access
Watch the
code for
wheel,
you that will get you past the
not the
security
girl.
doors. If you want to talk to her again, I suggest you collect your winnings and catch her before she leaves. Are you ready to talk now? Be careful, they're watching. You don't need to worry about me. I'm going to lead this place to the ghosts. They seem to belong here more than we do. I booked passage on a ship. You don't need to know which one. Just tell Drake that he'll keep getting his
What's the harm
intel
in a
one way or
little
another.
friendly wager?
Good luck, Apollo. You're going to need it. Captain, there were Davidians in the Donato system. Now you found evidence of them again at Drosnin Station. Obviously they're using the neutral zone as some sort of feeding ground, and that puts dozens of worlds at risk. I've requested sensor data from ships closest to the comet's current location for analysis, but that is only half our problem. If properties of the comet are somehow easing the Davidians' entry into this area of space, how do we stop them? Recommendations?
Round and round it goes.
Closest research facility is on Deep Space K7. I recommend that we consult with the team there. Consult Lieutenant Calapo on Deep Space K7. He can be found in the lab area. Return to ship. Okay, we have to report to Deep Space K7. Go to Sector Space. Excuse me for a minute while we make this journey. I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee in the replicator. Okay, we've arrived. My coffee is going to be ready in a minute. Deep Space K7. The Federation base, Deep Space K7, orbits Sherman's planet, a developed world that was the site of agricultural pioneering by the Federation during the 23rd century. Deep Space K7 continues to be a hub of strange events and occasional triple sightings. Welcome to Deep Space K7. Would you like the dock? Yes. We're supposed to consult with Lieutenant Calapo. I wonder where she is. Is this it? No, commodity broker.
The next session of the trade negotiations will begin in 30 minutes.
Let's go check out Club K7. Maybe she's in here. I guess she's not in the nightclub. I'm gonna have to find her somewhere.
Please clear the transporter pad quickly and in an orderly fashion.
I can't find her on the map. Mini map. Go down here and take a look around. If I can't find her here, then I'll pull up the big mini map. The big map, I mean. Okay, she's way down the other side. I see. We'll go out and take a right. Okay. How can I help you? Tell me about yourself. I grew up on trading ships, making supply runs in the Bolian sector. It was exciting, but it was crazy too. I never knew where I was going to be, or if my parents were going to have enough latinum to keep the ship flying. Then there was that time with the Orion pirates, and let's just say it wasn't the best environment for a child. All I've ever wanted was stability. I used to envy kids on colony worlds we served. For a while I even thought about becoming a farmer. I wanted to wake up at the same time every day, go to the same job every day. I even ate the same food most days. I like working on a star base. It has a little bit of unpredictability, but every night my quarters are there waiting for me, and they're always in the same place. Do you know Franklin Drake? I've had dealings with him in the past. I think he's some sort of military strategist. He visits here from time to time, although Commander Wildman is never too thrilled to see him. He's always treated me well, so I don't have any reason to dislike him. What does Franklin Drake ask you to do? Mostly he wants updates on our research projects. Last week he was asking me all sorts of questions about the synchronic distortion prototype rifle. We work with prototypes of new equipment here. I'll bang on something for months to find out all of its advantages and problems before it's sent into the field to be used by Starfleet. Even then, it takes years of more testing and iteration before something becomes standard fleet issue, and most equipment never makes it that far. There are hundreds of inventions that just don't work, or they don't work the way we want them to. Those failures are then broken down and their components are recycled. We have to keep everything secure. If the Romulans or the Klingons got their hands on what we are working on here, they could learn a lot about our technology. Tell me more about the synchronic distortion prototype rifle. That was a complete disaster. The basic design came out of Memory Alpha, and it was intended to detect and damage cloaked opponents. Someone got the idea that the Romulans were developing personal cloaking devices, even though the power needs of something like that would be incredible. I recommended against sending it into field testing, but it went anyway. The crew of the USS DeWitt had some luck in modifying one for use as a hand weapon, but their prototype was destroyed when the ship was lost in the neutral zone. I hadn't thought about it again until Drake asked about it. There are Davidians in the neutral zone. So that explains why Drake was interested in the prototype. It was a complete failure at detecting polarization cloaks, but if I added a phase modulator and reversed the polarity, these modifications should be no problem, Apollo. And when I'm done, this beam will pack quite a punch against phase-shifted Davidians. I'll forward the weapon on to Drake as soon as I'm done. Be careful, Davidians won't stop. I'm afraid we'll have to be ready to fight. Captain, we've done what we came for. Samura, we have the information we need about the Davidians, and Lieutenant Kalapo is working on a weapon we can use to fight them. I suggest we report back to Drake and see what he has to say. He's never very forthcoming with his information, but the more we know about him and his operations, the more we'll learn about Section 31. Are you ready to leave the system? Report to Franklin Drake. Food unlocked. You can now purchase comet cocktails. Leave the system. We're in the thick of it here, Lieutenant Commander. It's only a matter of time until the Klingons show up at our door. They won't be here to play cat is caught. Report to Battle Masters here on the station for situation reports on Klingon incursions into the neutral zone. So this person here, you can retrain your skills if you don't like where you put all your skill points. That's hardly necessary. So, I'm supposed to report to neutral zone contact. Here we go. Franklin Drake. Good work. Zamara may think she has slipped my noose, but I have always have ways of keeping tabs on her. I take special care to know about all the people in whom I have interest. But you already know that, don't you, Apollo? The ghosts that Zamara mentioned concern me, however. You already encountered Davidians once. It's likely that they are on Drosna Station as well, and I won't let them use Federation citizens as food. Lieutenant Kalapo has completed work on the synchronic distortion prototype weapon. It should help you when you're ready to enter the lower levels of Drosnia. Drake out. And we can take the prototype assault weapon. Does 56 anti-proton damage and 60 plus critical severity bonus. Or take this field stabilizing warp core. See how this matches up to the one we already have. Much better than the one I already have. Let's see here. It's not all that much better. Let's take the prototype weapon.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Let's spend some skill points while we're here. Starship energy weapons, structural integrity, subsystem repair. That's good. Let's see, combat specialist, shield generator. Okay.
Please clear the transporter pad quickly and in an orderly fashion.
The USS Archer will arrive at 2200 hours.
Okay, I believe that's the end of that mission. Let's just double check. I believe it is. If that's the case, thank you for joining me on my career through Starfleet, and we'll be back the this evening for another exciting mission. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.